Participants. In this video and in the subsequent videos, I shall give you a comprehensive tour of concept mapping, popularly known as C mapping, which is quite similar to mind mapping, which you all have been doing. The difference between concept mapping and mind mapping is that we develop highly organized and structured concept maps or C maps with the help of a specially designed software created by IHMC, Florida Institute of Human and Machine Cognition. This software has been designed and is constantly upgraded, keeping in view the specifications required in effective research methodology, teaching learning aspects, and business communication. So let us first understand what is information visualization and how is it different from knowledge visualization and how the influence of both have led to the development of concept maps. Dear participants, information visualization is probably a well-studied and broad topic. Since the earliest cave paintings, if you remember, man has consistently pursued more effective and elegant ways of conveying information. More recently, advances in technology and our understanding of cognition and perception have led to new techniques and methods for visualizing information. Knowledge visualization, on the other hand, is a new field that has only recently received attention from the research and business communities. Knowledge visualization is the use of visual representations to transfer knowledge between at least two persons. Novak and Govin's research into human learning and knowledge construction led to the development of concept maps. Concept maps are basically graphical tools that enable anybody to express his or her knowledge in a form that is easily understood by others. Basically, concept maps are graphical two-dimensional display of knowledge that comprises of concepts which are usually represented within boxes or circles. These are connected by directed arcs encoding brief relationships. These relationships are linked through linking phrases, and the relationship exists between pairs of concepts. These relationships usually consist of verbs, as in grammar, forming propositions or phrases for each pair of concepts. So basically, concept maps represent organized knowledge. Concepts tend to be nouns and linking phrases are usually verbs, as in grammar. And it is recommended that both consist of as few words as possible. So in a well-constructed concept map, certain things are pertinent to make it look organized. Number one, each pair of concepts, together with their joining linking phrase, can be read as an individual statement or proposition that makes sense. Number two, concepts and linking phrases are as short as possible, possibly single words. Number three, the structure is hierarchical and the root node of the map is a good representative of the topic of the map. Therefore, concept maps are an effective way to visually represent a person's understanding of domain knowledge. All these things will get clear to you one by one as we move on with the video. Right now, let me show you the number of or the types of C maps that can be constructed by an individual while doing his research or teaching learning process. As for the types of maps, C maps that can be created, the first type of C map is flowchart or linear type of C map. As is evident from the picture on the screen, this type of flow CMAP runs linearly. It is a vertical process of organizing information. The information flows from top to bottom. This type of CMAP is easy to read. So this is the first type of CMAP that can be constructed in a flow chart or linear manner. The second type of CMAPs that can be constructed are known as continuums. This is the continuous flow of information in a horizontal manner. This is basically the horizontal flow of information from left to right or from right to left. These are known as continuums. Your CMAP can be in the form of continuums also. Next is a Venn diagram type of concept mapping, where we have the node concept or the basic information or the topic right in the center of our concept map, and the other concepts, they overlap with the central node. In this type of a CMAP, we have overlap of information. The next is the hierarchical or chronological type of CMAP. As you can see in the picture, the information flows in a chronological manner and it follows a definite pattern. The data flows from top to bottom. This kind of CMAPs are particularly used by literature students and teachers whenever they wish to represent a novel in the form of a concept map. They use this kind of chronological CMAP where the information about the knowledge flows in a hierarchical manner. Right, so the next type of CMAP is cycle or cyclical. Here the information flows in a circular pattern and the last bit of information merges into the first information or concept node that we had provided right in the beginning. This kind of a CMAP is known as cyclical CMAP. The next is the fishbone maps. The fishbone type of a CMAP. Here, the flow of information is in a cause and effect pattern. You begin with the cause of making your concept map. The catalysts, they provide information from sidelines, and finally the CMAP ends in the effect of the information. This is known as fishbone type of a CMAP. Then this is probably the most common type of CMAP, that is concept map or mind map, that is generally designed while doing research or while doing business communication. Here information flows in every direction, from right to left to top to bottom to every angle, and the flow of information is not organized in an organized manner. So you may have a centralized concept node and then the information flows in each and every direction that is possible. This is the most common type of concept maps that are designed, or mind mapping, which is done on the spur of the moment, which is not an organized process of concept mapping. And finally, we have the spider web type of concept maps. In spider web kind of CMAPs, there is a centralized concept node, that is the centralized topic that you choose for designing your concept map, which you place in the center of your CMAP, and then the information flows in all directions from this very unified theme. Every bit of information, as you can see on the screen, is connected to other bit of information, although the flow of information is haphazard in every direction. But every bit of information is connected to the unified theme. This is a spider web type of CMAP. So these are the different types of concept maps that are designed by researchers, instructors, and business leaders. Let us move on to our next topic, which is the important aspects of a concept map. What kind of things we shall be designing or learning while we design our concept map. So some of the important bit that you should know before we enter into designing a concept map. Number one, a concept map has concept nodes. As I mentioned earlier, These are those important bits of information that we place within a square or a rectangle or a circular pattern, and the information flows from these nodes. Next, we have connecting phrases or propositions. Now, connecting phrases are the bits of information that we place between two concept nodes. This connects one concept node to the next concept node and create a proposition. We shall learn all these things in detail once we start our hands-on practice with concept mapping. The next is connecting lines or linking lines. These are essential to connect different concept nodes to one another. Then we have a very important feature known as nested nodes, where we nest together all our information that we wish to hide or expand at our own will. Annotations is an important feature of concept mapping, where you can add additional info and squeeze it into a small box. You can expand this information as and when you want. Presentation Builder is an important tool in concept mapping, where we make the presentations out of the concept map that we have designed. We shall be doing it in detail once we start our hands-on practice. CMap Recorder is another tool featured in the CMap tool software. It helps you record your concept mapping. And finally, adding and editing resources, the most important feature of a concept map, which you generally do not get while you are making a presentation or making a concept map on a regular presentation builder. So adding and editing resources is an important feature, or probably the most important feature of concept mapping. We shall learn about all these things in detail later in our following videos. So how to install CMap tools? First of all, let us learn how we can install the CMap tool software into our system. So you will have to be a little patient to install this software. I shall guide you as and when we move forward. So to install a CMap tools, first of all, go to any browser that you have in your system, the Orkut, Google, or your Mozilla Firefox, any browser that you have in your system, please go to that browser. For example, I have Google installed in my system, so I shall go to Google and then type CMap tools in the Google box. Please do remember to type CMap tools when you wish to install your CMap tool software. The moment you click on enter, what you are going to see, the first option that you are going to get is cmap.ihmc.us. Please remember to install the software only from this site. This is the official website of Florida-based Institute of Human and Machine Cognition. So we shall be downloading our software only from this site, cmap.ihmc.us. When you go to this site, under this site you have the option of CMap tools download. So click on CMap tools download and on no other option. When you click on CMap tools download, a page will open which would look like this. I mean, on the top of it, they'll ask you to donate something or to give some money to the organization, but you don't have to pay anything. This is an absolutely free of cost software. So you just scroll down and you will come to this section of the home page of the website, right? As you can see, what they require from you is, before you download their software, they want your email address. So you shall be filling in your email address. You can also create a special email ID for installing this software. They will ask for you to fill your first name. Then you have to fill your last name. You have to fill your organization type. What kind of organization do you work in? There are certain options. The first option is K to 12. That is from kindergarten to 12th. But if you're teaching in a school, please click on K to 12. If you are teaching in a college, please click on the next option, which is higher education. There are also other options. The organization type, they just want you to click on it. It doesn't matter. Then they are asking you for organization name. But as you can see, this is not a mandatory uh, fill out section. So you can skip this part. Then you need to select the country. There will be a drop down menus. Please select your country. The target OS is very important. Please do remember to select the target OS, whatever operating system you are working with. If you're working with Windows, please select Windows. If you're working on Macs, please select Mac. If you're working with Linux, select that. There'll be a drop down menu and you have to select that one of the options. And finally, you have to fill this CAPTCHA so that the CMAP tools decides that you are not comes to realize that you are not a spam bot. So once you have filled all this information, it is going to look like this. There'll be a light blue background to all the information that you have filled, and then you have to click on the submit button. At the end of the page, you have this blue submit button. It will get highlighted, and then you have to click on submit button. When you click on the submit button, as you can see on your screen, the right side of your page will light up with an orange highlight where you have to select your operating system. If I'm working on Mac, I will select Mac OS. If you're working on Windows, please check if your Windows supports 32 bits or 64 bits. You can select any one. So even if you select 32 bits, there is no hassle. You will be easily able to download or this software. So you can select any of the options. Once you select the option, the software will get downloaded in your system. Remember, it still needs to be installed. So the system will get downloaded in the form of a zip file. When you click on the option open, the software will ask you certain things, like it will ask you that the software is going to make a few changes in your operating system. Do you allow or do you not allow? So you have to allow the software to make slight changes. Do not worry, this is a very safe and secure software. It will not cause any harm to your operating system. You can easily allow the software to make changes to your system. So just by giving your sanction, you will move on to the next part where you just have to click on next, and finally the software will get installed on your system. Once the software gets installed, you have to keep in mind a few things while installing the software. Two factors which you have to keep in mind is that this software is supported by JavaScript. So in case your system informs you that your operating system does not support JavaScript, please get your system updated. Please get your system upgraded, which is an operating system which can support JavaScript. Only then will you be able to install this software. Number one. Number two, this software is not heavy. It is quite a light software. It's just below 100 MB in storage. So your system should have this much of storage space vacant to accommodate and install this software. It's not a heavy software, therefore it gets easily installed in a span of about 1 to 2 minutes if provided your internet connectivity is strong enough. Right, so these are a few things that you must keep in mind. So once the software gets installed in your system, what you are going to see is when you click on CMAP tools software, there is going to be this icon of a human skull with concept linking inside it. This icon will appear on your menu bar. Right? Once you have installed the CMAP tools, you will see an icon like this. You have to click on this icon to open your CMAPs. So when you click on this icon, you will now be ready to create your CMAPs or concept maps. how to create concept maps. So you have clicked on the skull icon, and once you have clicked on the skull icon, this kind of page is going to appear on your screen. Now as you can see, there are two things on my computer screen. On my left hand side are a few icons which I call the menu bar, and then there's a blank window on my screen. This is called the views window. This is the place where we shall be storing all the CMaps that we shall create with the help of CMap tools. So when you click on the skull icon, remember, you will get this kind of a window on your screen, laptop or desktop screen. On the left hand side, you'll get a menu bar, which we shall discuss in detail. What does it consist of? And a views window where all our information, our images, our folders, our CMaps will be stored for future use. So this is how your screen is going to look like when you first open your CMaps. There will be a blank page, right? What and how are we going to construct our CMaps? I will be showing that to you in our next video. For the little bit of information in this video, let me tell you that when you have this kind of a views window on your screen, you will have to look at the top of the page. If you look at the top of the page, you will find a menu bar with regular options, the regular options that you get whenever you open any type of software. The top menu bar will show you options like file, edit, tools, window and help. What you have to do is click on the file option. When you click on the file option, like any other software, you will get the option, you will get a drop down menu where the first option is going to be new CMap. So what we have to do is we have to click on the new CMap link, and then a CMap page will open for you to build your CMap. Remember, we cannot create a CMap on the views window. In the views window, you will have to click on this new CMap so that a new page opens where we can construct our or create our CMap. So this is the little bit of introduction or the introductory part of our concept mapping, or how to reach to the page where we are to construct our CMaps. Right? So let us now embark upon the journey to create beautiful concept maps, and it's now time for some hands-on practice. So please make sure before you start making before you think about making a concept map, please install your software very carefully. Take all the step-by-step instructions that I have given to you, and you will be happily able to reach to the part where we have to create our first CMap or concept map. That is all for this video. The rest in the following videos.